Okay, what is happening with Sudan?
المبنى بتاع الاستقبال.
Uh-huh.
كده القيادة، ده مبنى الأمن. نيران في كل حتة.
Okay. On the 15th of April 2023, fighting between the Sudanese armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces broke out across Sudan, with fighting reported at the presidential palace and the RSF headquarters. Okay, the Sudanese armed forces, I can take an easy guess at what they are. Hate their logo. Not leaving much up to the imagination. The Rapid Support Forces, however, are a Sudanese paramilitary force formerly operated by the Sudanese government. The RSF grew out of and is primarily composed of the Janjaweed militias, which fought on behalf of the Sudanese government during the war in Darfur, killing and raping civilians and burning their houses. That is an unusually direct statement for a Wikipedia summary right at the beginning of the article. The RSF's actions in Darfur qualify as crimes against humanity according to the Human Rights Watch. Okay, well, that's not good.
هناك كل الحتة دخافين. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله.
Okay, so if I understand this correctly, this is a battle between the current Sudanese military forces, which are de facto in charge of the country, and representatives of the old government of Sudan, which oversaw what happened in Darfur and the split between Sudan and South Sudan. Is that correct? Who are the least bad guys here? I think there might actually be no good guys here. Hold on, wait. Former Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir presided over a destructive conflict in the south of the country, which resulted in the cessation of South Sudan in 2011. He oversaw state-sponsored violence in the western region of Darfur, leading to war crimes and genocide. After being ousted in 2019 revolution, convicted of corruption of their offenses, the military seized power from an interim unity government headed by Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok in a coup in October 2021. Okay? Okay, so let's follow this together. A bad guy, Omar al-Bashir, who has done many bad things, okay, headed a coup and took control in 2021. Amidst an economic crisis, the military agreed to hand over authority to a civilian-led government with a formal agreement scheduled on April 6, 2023. Okay. Okay. Al-Bashir was ousted in 2019. Okay, the military wasn't operating under Omar al-Bashir. Right. So the military seized power. Yeah, the military couped the bad guy. Okay, so we need good guy, bad guy politics, okay? The military ousted the bad guys and then agreed to hand over authority to a civilian-led government with a formal agreement that was like a week ago. However, the agreement was delayed for unclear reasons amid tensions between rival military leaders, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and Rapid Support Forces Commander General Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, better known as Hamedi. They are chairman and deputy of the Transitional Sovereignty Council, respectively. On April 11th, RSF forces deployed near the city of Miro as well as Khartoum. Government forces ordered them to leave, but they refused. Clashes began. So confirmed. There are no good guys here. It is literally just a power struggle between different groups of bad. The RSF are aligned with Wagner for whatever that's worth. Really? Wagner is aligned with the people who are responsible for the Darfur massacre? That's crazy. Not mentioned here. Sudan, the Wagner RSF ties that block the path to democratization. Huh. Well, look at that. They sure do have a lot of presence in Africa, don't they? A map of the conflict. We have a map already? Holy shit, this just started. Yeah, so I guess in the grand scheme of things, we can say the RSF are the worst bad guys here. Wagner owns a gold mine in Sudan now. So the Wagner probably don't want... So the Wagner have a stake in this as well, because if the RSF bungle this coup, they'll probably lose their hold on the gold mine, right? I can't imagine this fighting will last long. How many people are in the RSF? Oh, wait, never mind, 100,000. God damn, that's a large paramilitary. Yeah, according to Reuters, as of 2023, the force number is 100,000 people. That is a lot of people. An estimated 2.5 million people were displaced and 300,000 killed in the conflict. Sheesh. The ICC prosecutors accused government officials and Janjaweed command. I cannot take the term Janjaweed seriously. Of genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity in Darfur. Forces screw used in border guards as parents. You would think that just once, maybe like out of sheer coincidence or happenstance, the Russians would support the good guy in a conflict, just like accidentally once. But they just never seem to. An emergency signal went off on one of the Ukrainian planes in Sudan. The crew members are in contact with the SkyUp carrier company. Emergency radio boy, 36 of our employees are in Sudan. There's a Ukrainian plane in Sudan. Embassy of Egypt, the honorary consulate in Sudan, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Ukraine, the Canadian Force. The crew of the Boeing 737 was held hostage. The plane itself was engaged. So these are civilians? That fucking sucks. I would simply not go to Sudan, personally. Vosh, in 2015, Obama enforced U.S. sanctions on Sudan for the 18th consecutive year as part of a strategy to maintain Sudan in political and economic isolation. Yeah, I don't really think that's going to work here. The problem is that, like, trying to, first of all, we don't have any reason to believe that sanctioning a country will make them more progressive or whatever, or even collapse a regime. But in this case, us sanctioning a country just makes it more likely that they try to shack up with countries like Russia, you know? I don't know if that works. Woo, that's low flying. That's a MiG, what is that, a MiG 29? Yeah. That would be definitely loud, right? A jet flying right over? Yeah. It's hard to tell how fast it's going because of the video, but yeah, that'd be pretty fucking loud. I wonder what kind of military equipment they're dealing with over there. I mean, we're probably, like, it's Sudan, right? They're probably just dealing with a bunch of Cold War leftovers. I don't know how much they actually... Yeah, most, like, old Soviet shit. Anything nuclear? No. We saw this? We didn't see the whole thing. Wonder how long the conflict would go. RSF forces claim they have captured Marari airfield. RSF also claim Airport Al Abyad and the main airport of Khartoum, which suspended all flights.
مروي وهناك صور أيضا للطائرات العسكرية الرابضة في هذا المطار ومن الواضح جدا أن قوات الدعم السريع قد سيطرت.
I understand all of these words.
وأحكم سيطرتها فعلا على مطار مدينة. نشاهد في أثناء حديثك أيضا دكتور محمد نشاهد
What are they trying to achieve? It looks like the RSF wants to prevent the handover of power to a civilian government. It seems so. The Wagner aligned militia that was the most hardline, like, ultra nationalist military or paramilitary faction does not want power given over to the civilian population. They don't want any kind of democratization. Vermari Airport. Khartoum Airport having been seized by the RSF. Do the Sudanese armed forces even have a chance here? How many do they have? Active personnel, 109,300 with paramilitary forces of an estimated 17,000. I don't know this for sure, but I have a feeling that the RSF is going to win this. I don't know. That kind of seems like the course of history here. The RSF with Wagner backing, I feel like they wouldn't have done this if they didn't think they could win. The RSF has taken Egyptian soldiers hostage. Wait, really? Does Egypt back the transition to the civilian government? Soldiers? Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. Where is Egypt aligned on this? Whoa, hold on, hold on, hold on. When you want to not make them mad, you don't capture soldiers. They're a big ally to Sudan. Yeah, they're a big ally to Sudan, but to the democratization? Isn't there a possibility that Egypt would have aligned with the RSF and with the Wagner backing? That they would have like gone with the coup forces? Wouldn't this just set? I feel like the Egyptians would have backed the RSF, allied to the military. Well, the RSF captured these soldiers. Egypt is playing it like Yugoslavia right now. Vosh, no, Egypt wants friendly governments for Nile access. So maybe the RSF would be too xenophobic to like deal fairly. They want a stable government. They want a civilian government. This is weird. This is the kind of stuff that'll probably cause the RSF to lose. Yeah! Yeah, if they were going to succeed in this coup. Guys, it's right there. Guys, it's right here. If you were leading a Sudanese coup, if you were a hardline ultranationalist far-right paramilitary group trying to coup Sudan, I would think the first thing that I would want to do is not piss Egypt off by capturing their soldiers. I mean, I don't know. That seems like a... I don't know. After listening to lions led by donkeys, it's obvious that militaries don't often make the most logical decisions. Yeah, keep in mind, the RSF is literally like a ragtag paramilitary group. Not ragtag, I guess, but like they're definitely not as organized and well-regulated as a normal military. And normal militaries still make a fuckload of mistakes. This might cause Ethiopia to back the RSF because Egypt and Ethiopia hate each other. Yeah, but Egypt is so strong in the region. Yeah, total military personnel for Egypt, 2/3 of a million, 685,000. Egypt has the 14th strongest military in the world because they spend all their money on it. Yeah. The US gave Egypt Abrams. Really? Wait, this is recent. No, wait. Egypt and US resume co-production of M1A1 Abrams. Egypt continues to produce locally M1A1. Oh my god, I didn't realize. The US back... No, I know we backed the Egyptian dictator. I just didn't realize that we were letting them produce our tanks. Egypt's have been having Abrams. They're outdated. We're on the M2. Okay, sure, we're on the M2, but the M1s are still really good. You know? Yeah, I guess, man, the decision to antagonize Egypt by capturing their soldiers in the first day of the coup seems really fucking dumb. I don't know. They're export variants, so they're still shitty without the proper armor. Yeah, but compared to what the Sudanese paramilitary forces would have, what armor do they even have? Okay, the Sudanese armed forces, this isn't the paramilitary group. These are the quote-unquote good guys in this conflict. Not really, you know, but whatever. Sudan limited arms industry. Standard issue battle rifles now the Heckler & Koch G3. Oh god, what a classic. Joining the Sudanese paramilitaries just so that we can have some shiny Cold War era firearms for standard issue. The classics, yeah. Yeah, the IISS 2007 had 200 T-54 main battle tanks. Hey, these are the ones that that Russia has been pulling out. 70 Type 62 light tanks. Was 360. Al-Bashir licensed version of the Type 85 M2 tanks. The IISS reported 218 armored cars. 218 armored cars? That's probably less than like a single state guard in the United States. Here they are in the streets today, by the way. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, those are tanks. Yeah, they do be rolling. The IISS in 2011, Sudan had 778 artillery pieces, including... Okay, this isn't a lot. T-72 main battle tanks, FB-6A mobile air defense, 9K-33 and WS-1, WS-2 MRLS have been spotted in the Sudanese. Okay, what about Okay, what about the RSF? Hold on. I don't know what they have. RSF equipment Sudan. I don't know. I mean, it's probably reasonable to assume they have comparable equipment. I don't think they would have anything more or less advanced on average. Today we're publishing another secret document revealing the financial networks behind Sudan's most powerful militia, the Rapid Support Forces. An apparently genuine RSF spreadsheet shows how they bought over 1,000 vehicles, including hundreds of Toyota pickup trucks, which the militia converted into armed technicals. Hey, technicals! Yeah! Toyota HX Warfare. Yeah, they're literally just like welding LMGs to the back of the pickup truck and driving around yeehawing their way across the desert. Toyota pickup trucks are insanely OP in desert areas. Well, yeah, aren't technicals like really fucking common in Africa? Because the problem with like proper military vehicles, in addition to them being really expensive, is the fact that it's just really difficult to navigate desert environments with them. They tend to clog up and they're expensive and difficult to repair and they're slow. But then you get out there with like a pickup truck and it's like, okay, yeah, it could just drive across the desert and you just have an LMG on the back. And, you know, it's not like anything out there is fielding heavy armor. So most of the shit you come across, you'll be able to just shoot with the technical and, you know, you're fine. RSF check section 2 for equipment and firing. Man, I love these hats. A lot of people here. Who the fuck are you? Who's this fucking kid? Look, everyone else here, well, not everyone, I guess, but most of the other people here, you know, like, we're all sharing, like, is this dude a genocidal military leader? Hell yeah, I believe it. Doesn't even iron his fucking flags. This guy? Hell yeah. With his iPhone 5 or whatever? Yeah. Does this guy kill innocents? Yeah, sure, I believe it. This guy? Hell yeah, this guy loves killing innocents. And you scroll down, and then, look at this dude. Who are you? You're a podcaster. Who are you? This fucking Andrew Tate fan. Who are you? Lieutenant Habib Adam Hissa. Okay, sure. Yeah, all right. Lieutenant. This guy looks like the Giga Chad. Kind of. It really is funny, though. I mean, this is kind of the nature of a paramilitary, right? Where on the top you have all these, like, really serious-looking dudes, and then as you go further down, it's like, yeah, this is my third cousin removed. And then you read their descriptions, like, yeah, presided over, like, the burning and rape of a village 3 years ago. So it's like, okay, great. Yeah, literally. This Lieutenant Musa Juma Digallo, the son of the late Mayor Juma Digallo, the brother of Captain Mohammed Junaid Juma Digallo, and the cousin of Himedti. It's alleged he killed a citizen in Yala and Darfur. This is literally like the like fucking cast and crew that all do the bow at the end of the play, except it's for the Darfur genocide. As Sudan's largest militia. Read that first line. Known for possessing elite snipers, the RSF are said to be trained by Russia in suppressing demonstrators, urban warfare, and tasks such as assassinations and torture. Yeah, that fits. I mean, if Wagner is with them, Wagner would be, like, probably training them and giving them intel and equipment, right? Yeah, probably not good. Sources of income. Mercenary fighters. Criminal activity. Drugs. Smuggling humans. Weapons smuggling. Gold. I wonder which gold mine Wagner now controls. Wagner gold mine, Sudan. Sudanese mining concessions, stream of gold. Fucking New York Times. Russia is plundering gold in Sudan to boost Putin's war effort in Ukraine. God damn. It really all does link together, doesn't it? Fuck, you know, there's actually a decent possibility that this coup is being in part orchestrated by Russia, because they were worried the civilian government wouldn't allow Wagner to continue its gold smuggling, and the RSF is just a means for them to maintain, yeah, the income stream to continue their war in Ukraine. Sounds like a Saudi plane got hit in the airport. Whoa, wait, do you have a post on that? Saudi plane, were there people in it? Yeah, we'll see how messy of a coup the RSF, Saudi plane hit by gunfire in Sudan unrest. Oh boy. A passenger plane, oh boy, to take off from Sudan for Saudi Arabia came under fire on Saturday as deadly fighting rocked Khartoum, the kingdom's flag carrier said. Exposed to gunfire damage. Okay, it's been confirmed that all members of the aircraft's cabin crew have arrived safely at the Saudi embassy in Sudan, the statement said. Okay. Woo! RSF making all the enemies. Yeah, I gotta say, Saudi Arabia used RSF soldiers as mercenaries in the Yemen civil war, so they could be supporting them. Well, if that's the case, then this is even stupider. Like, let's do a coup in Sudan. First order of business is to antagonize literally every other fucking powerful country in the area. Bosch, RSF will win. RSF proceeds to make a bunch of bad decisions. Usually, when stuff like this happens, I feel like the coup is only attempted when the coupeurs are of the impression that they can win, you know? Usually the attacker has the advantage in situations like this because they would only initiate a conflict if they felt confident they could win, you know? It's like a selection bias thing. There are lots of paramilitary groups that want to do a coup. Usually only the ones that feel they can actually go through with it. That being said, this seems like a pretty messy start. Got all these links open. The Egyptian soldiers, especially. It's credible Ethiopia is building a dam across the Nile. Egypt will have no water. Oh, okay. Bosch, this is complete BS. Loads of juntas fail to take over a country. Why would they start if they are going to lose? Well, I'm not saying every time something like this is attempted, they succeed. But it's a very large paramilitary that was central in previous military actions, and they're getting backing from Wagner, which has and Russia's like invested economic interest in the success of the RSF, apparently. I'm not saying every time a coup is attempted, they succeed, but there is a selection bias in favor of groups that actually initiate one. I can't predict the future. I'm just saying. Anyway, I don't understand the antagonization. I understand everything being said here. The RSF is claiming they've taken the presidential palace. Is there a from what? Is there like a tweet? Where from? RSF claimed the Egyptians surrendered to them. RSF claims to have conquered all of Africa. True. Both sides claim the opposite thing we can't know for now. Yeah. I don't know how much, like, immediate, high-quality journalistic information we're going to get out of there, right? The Egyptian soldiers thing is really embarrassing, though. The Egyptian authorities have not yet released any comments on the matter. I would be very interested in seeing what Egypt says in response to this. Like, this is the kind of thing countries usually have to respond to. Can you imagine if there was video footage of a group of like 100 American soldiers having to surrender to, I don't know, some like petty coup attempt, you know, in some, like, yeah, wars start over stuff like this. Sudan's Joint Chief of Staff say there will be no negotiations or dialogue before the dissolution of the Rapid Support Forces. That makes sense. They wouldn't take surrender after stuff like this. Sudan TV broadcast taken off air after loud bangs. Jesus.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مشاهدينا الأكارم، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. نحييكم من استديوهات تلفزيون السودان بأم درمان أطيب تحية في هذا اليوم الذي ندعو فيه الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يحفظ بلادنا من كل شر وأن يحفظها من الفتن ما ظهر منها وما بطن. هذا اليوم تشهد الخرطوم أحداثا مؤسفة في هذه اللحظات، حيث نلتقيكم على الهواء مباشرة من استديوهات تلفزيون السودان، وإلى سمعنا تصل أصوات قعقعات السلاح بعض الانفجارات المتقطعة.
I like how, leaving aside the subtitles and everything else, the fact that you can't understand, well, I can't understand his language, the like nervous sweating, metaphorically dabbing your forehead, energy is conveyed effectively. It's very obvious. Even if you were given no subtitles, I feel like you could very obviously tell from how disheveled he looks. Like, okay, hi, we're here in the capital, you know.
مما يوحي بأن هنالك وضعا أمنيا استثنائيا في العاصمة الخرطوم. إلا أننا في داخل الهيئة العامة للإذاعة والتلفزيون في تلفزيون السودان وفي الإذاعة السودانية الآن الأحوال هادئة، ونحاول أن نتواصل مع بعض المحللين لنقف على أبعاد ما يحدث الآن وما نستمع.
Jesus Christ. Wow, that's fucking unnerving if you're a Sudanese citizen. Jesus Christ. He kept talking through it, though. He knew. He had to know when he started his broadcast that there were RSF forces at the building. Like, he only started talking a minute before the door got kicked down. It's not like this would be a one-floor, like, you get in from the outside. Like, he had to know there were people right outside. I hope he's okay. Journalists are usually killed by you know, in coups for obvious reasons. Maybe he started because they knew they were coming. Well, yeah, I mean, if ever journalism was important, it would be under circumstances such as these. Who are the good guys in this? There aren't any good guys, but the RSF is almost certainly the worst guy. The RSF began the civil war because they didn't want the government to be turned over to civilians. I doubt whatever would have come of it would have been a democracy, but it probably would have been better than what the RSF wants for it. The RSF is also Wagner-aligned, and it's probable that this is, at least in part, being caused by a desire by Russia and Wagner to maintain a supply of income out of the gold mines in Sudan. What other information? This Twitter thread has a lot of info. Hold on. Paramilitaries announced they've taken control of several strategic military sites in Al Fashir, including Signal Corps, the Medical Corps, and the airport of Al Fashir. Hangar-like structures, moreover. Looks like Egyptian Air Force MiG-29 M2s deployed to Sudan have been captured by the opposition forces. I don't even know where the Sudanese military is. It doesn't mean they can necessarily fly it, but they can keep the Sudanese military from flying it. The Sudanese military claims they retook the presidential palace. Yeah, I think, I don't think we can get any more useful information from this by looking right now. We're going to have to wait for more time. I have a feeling the next 48 hours at least are just going to be constant broadcasts from the RSF and from the Sudanese military, back and forth, going like, we have reconquered Sudan. We have conquered. No, we conquered Sudan. Like back and forth like that, you know. So I can't really say. Sudan is denying rebel claims of taking buildings, by the way. We have no reason to believe that transparency will be offered by either side in the conflict. So there's not that much to get at from afar. So are the RSF rebelling against the government? Yes, basically. They're rebelling against what would have been a nominally civilian government. Very concerned about refugee situation. South Sudan holds big refugee camps that were already brutal. Well, South Sudan is South Sudan. That's not Sudan. Do you mean in the south of Sudan, or do you mean South Sudan? How based would the civilian government have been, though? Probably not very based. Will the U.S. support the pro-democracy side? I don't think the United States is willing to really get involved in this. You know, this is a relatively, like, low-level conflict. It's like Sudan. How many Americans give a shit about Sudan? If we do get involved in this, it would probably be us just saying, like, you know, we denounce the actions of the RSF. Or maybe even just, like, total neutrality. France's backyard, yeah. Well, you know, not good. Not good, folks. Not good. It's all about water. Either Ethiopia or Egypt wants to maintain access or block access so Egypt can wage war against Ethiopia. But okay, I don't think this is about a war between Egypt and Ethiopia. If it is, and your conspiracism is warranted, then I apologize. But you've been like all caps spamming the Ethiopia-Egypt war theory for a while. Right now, this is just a Sudanese conflict. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Google Ethiopia Dam. Maybe I will. But yeah, how long have you been talking about this? Are you in Egypt? Are you like committed to the... Dude, that's all you've been talking about. Oh my god. We'll see how things play out, okay? They're very concerned? Yeah, so I see. Ethiopia and Egypt are going to war. Sure, many such cases. There's actually a very big anarchist movement in Sudan, by the way. That sounds nice. The Sudanese Resistance Committees, or neighborhood committees, are informal, grassroots neighborhood networks of Sudanese residents that started organizing civil disobedience campaigns against the government of Omar al-Bashir in 2013 and became a major organized network playing a key role during the Sudanese Revolution. That's nice. I didn't know anything about this.